pain in my lower back and my hip disappeared. So I was actually waking up in the night with pain in my hip, and pretty soon after I started the strength training, because my program is predominantly strength training, that pain disappeared. I was able to do things through the day and not end up with that feeling of my back's hurting. That was a huge thing. I was, before I started coming here, I had some tests at the doctors to do with diabetes, because I've got diabetes in my family, and I have regular tests for my blood sugar. My fasting glucose was not great. I wasn't diabetic, but my doctor had basically said at my age and with my risk factors, if I didn't start exercising, I probably would get diabetes. So I knew that I had to do something, but I just didn't know what I was going to do, where I was going to do it, and how I was going to maintain it, which was the big problem for me. That's where I was at. So at work, we did a goal setting training session, and the person running the session at the end, we all had to set a personal goal, and I normally hate setting goals. I don't like the pressure that it makes me feel, but I also knew that I just had to start exercise, and I didn't want to get diabetes. And that was the main thing that really I thought. And also I saw something on Facebook. I saw an ad for this place, and it targeted strength training in women over 50, and I knew that strength training was something I was interested in, because I also had arthritis, and I had pain in my lower back, my hip, and I knew that it was the degeneration, and that arthritis was something that I was dealing with as well. So I figured the strength training would be good, and so I set my personal goal for work as that I would start an exercise program, and within, I think I said either 6 months or a year, I would lower my fasting glucose level. I think I've been training here since October last year. I think I started October 23. So now we're in June, coming up for a year soon. Pretty quickly, the pain in my lower back and my hip disappeared. So I was actually waking up in the night with pain in my hip, and pretty soon after I started the strength training, because my program is predominantly strength training, that pain disappeared. I was able to do things through the day and not end up with that feeling of my back's hurting. That was a huge thing. The things I could do at home, I've also had a shoulder injury. So even just for me, lifting a kettle like this, I couldn't do it. I had to put my arm like here and lift it up like that. I was able to reach out, lift the kettle up like that, not even close to my body. I'm a short person, so being able to reach up into cupboards and keep my balance, reaching with my shoulder, I could reach further. And even just packing groceries at the supermarket, I could just tell that my strength in my body and what I could do in my everyday activities was getting easier. And the other really big thing is, as I started feeling stronger, because for me, I wasn't here for weight loss, I was here for strength and reduce pain and just to get fitter. I started feeling better in my own self and feeling like I had more energy and just more buoyant in general, and I think it became a domino effect. You know, everyone knows exercise can improve your mood and other benefits, but I really started feeling like one thing was affecting another, and then another, I was feeling stronger, which made me feel better about myself, and then I felt like I had more energy, and it was sort of spilling out into other areas of life, and I don't know, feel overall mood has been better, and I've just felt more energetic in life in general. I actually feel, so when I started, it was about reducing pain, it being stronger, it was the diabetes, and I haven't had my blood test yet, but I also started feeling like once I got to that, I was seeing progress in those areas, I actually started to want to be fitter. So I asked my trainer, Emily, to introduce a bit more cardio for me. And even though weight loss, it's not a prime thing for me, I started realising that for my overall health, if I wanted to make more benefits, I probably needed to make some other changes. And I'm not a person who likes to give up the things I enjoy. I love my food, I like to have a drink, but I've been trying to change a few things in those areas as well, just so that overall, for my long-term health, that I can see better improvements, I suppose, overall. Not just the pain, not just the arthritis, not just for diabetes, but just overall. And it's not something that is usually something I focus on, so it actually has made an effect on wanting to improve in more areas as well in my health. Well, I guess for me, and I would say this to someone else, so I never liked exercise. I'm not an exercise person at all. I prefer to sit on the couch and watch TV. I still like doing that. I thought about what I'd done in the past and why I had stopped and why I couldn't maintain it. And the reason I like coming here is because, first of all, they're very small group sessions. They're up to 4, but sometimes it's just been me or one other person. And rather than having a program that you sort of follow on your own and you do get it checked by a trainer, your trainer is there with you through the whole program and gives you that personal attention, so you know that what you're doing is the right thing, that it's the right exercise for you, you're in the right position, you're doing things safely and in the way that you'll get the most benefit out of it. So that personal attention. And also, look, it's a gorgeous location and there's a variety of equipment. And the thing that makes it good for me is that you don't feel pushed to sort of go further than you can, but you are challenged. So being given different exercises every 6 weeks gives that variety, but it's very much targeted towards what is important for you as an individual. You're not in this sort of just, do you do this program, join this class? And it's also lots of fun here. It's really friendly and encouraging, and you don't sort of feel intimidated. That's what part of what I was talking about in terms of, I did used to go elsewhere, a place just for women. I'm not sure if I am allowed to say what it was, but it was a circuit kind of thing, and I did enjoy it, but it was sort of the same every time, and it wasn't like an individualised program. And also, I was left to my own devices as to whether or not I came. Like, I wasn't locked into any particular time. And initially I thought, oh, I'm going to have to book in my times here. And I thought, oh, that doesn't give me flexibility. But what I realised is that works for me because I don't have to think about it. I don't talk myself out of coming. I don't think, oh, maybe I'll just go in the afternoon, and then it never happens. It's just a set time, and the thing is, it's still flexible. If you can't make it, if you're going away, you just change, and the other trainers here are able to follow the program. So that's what's different, is that you're not just left to turn up whenever you want to, which I find for me didn't work because I just wouldn't come. And also the small groups and the individualised attention. Yeah.